Welcome back. What do you mean we're backwards?
I usually stand on that side. You stand on this side.
Do you need to stand on this side?
Yeah, see? Then, see?
Okay. All right. So, weird intro out of the way. I went to a Hailstorm concert last night. It was awesome. And then there was some other band that played. Volbeat was the headliner, but my concert was Lzzy Hale. She's the only singer I've ever seen. I actually physically get chills when she hits that high note and when she's doing that. It's not shrill, but that growly scream she does. And then like when they were even the slower songs, some of the notes she'd hit, it was like, holy crap, how does she do that? 'Cause yeah, I would get chills. And yeah, I was very impressed. So you were impressed with both, I think.
Yes, because I really like Volbeat too, and I first saw that Volbeat was having a concert, and I told you about it because I thought that would be really fun. Mm-hmm. And then later, it was like a week after that, I think, that they announced that Hailstorm was opening for them.
And that's when I made sure we got good tickets.
The screenshot from at the hockey game where they were showing that, and so then Shannon got tickets.
I bought the tickets like minutes after you showed me that.
I was Hailstorm, like, okay.
Lizzie's coming back. Got it. Cool. All right. Because this is the second time I've seen Hailstorm. They went from I Miss the Misery being the final song to now it's the first song. Yeah. But it makes sense because This Is My Church, These Are My People. I think that's the bigger hit now.
Well, that's their recent one.
And it's huge. Like that song is played a lot and it's fantastic. It's a good anthem.
Yeah.
So, but then of course Love Bites, So Do I. Like it was all the big songs. I think it was a pretty good one too. Yeah, and some from the new album. The new album's really good. It is. So the new Hailstorm album is quite good. It's funny too with Hailstorm because when they first come out, I remember a lot of people were listening to them. I was kind of like, I just kind of ignored it. And then I really listened to them and I was like, actually, I really like this. This is really, really good. So, yeah, Lizzy was fantastic. But Yvonne's more along the Volbeat line than I am. Like, to me, I like Temple of Yukur, but outside of that, it's kind of, I mean, a couple of songs that are kind of fun, but in general, like, I didn't recognize hardly any of the rest of the songs.
Oh,
so, I did. Because you listen to them
I do.
More regularly and you're more into them than I am. For me, I jokingly told her I'm going to go to the van when Lizzy was done and left the stage. Like I'm done here now. I'm ready to go home.
Whatever.
I'm done.
You would not.
I'm ready to leave. And then I was lucky enough to get a T-shirt. We should talk about the merch line.
Oh my gosh, so ridiculous!
Wow.
There was one merch table.
One station
for the arena.
For buying merch.
I don't ever remember seeing a concert with only one merch table. There are usually two.
At least.
At the Abbotsford Arena. When we're in Vancouver, there's frequently three.
Yep.
But there was only one. And when we got there, it was about 20 minutes till. And the line was almost halfway around the concourse.
Yeah, the entire building.
And that's when we decided, no, we'll miss the opening act, which we thought there was a third band because I thought there was originally three bands.
Bad Wolves were listed,
supposed to be,
because I saw Bad Wolves listed at various points for this concert,
but
and then no,
it was Hailstorm opening.
I was in the washroom making doing one last bathroom check, and I'm like,
I heard Lizzy, and I was like, oh, Shannon's gonna hurry now.
That doesn't sound like Bad Wolves to me. We've seen Bad Wolves live twice. I'm like, that's not. Did they replace their lead singer with Vince Neil? What's going on out there? Why?
I knew it was Lizzy.
So yeah, and then we get in there and Lzzy Hale.
Yeah.
Which is good because it wasn't too long of a concert.
It wasn't, which is nice because we're old. So.
Well, and sometimes the concerts get to be like 4.5 hours, and it's like, all right, that's.
Well.
We've
been to those concerts where it can be about 45 minutes between sets where it takes them a really long time to change over.
I think it was a half an hour in that one.
They were pretty quick.
Well, they don't have much. They don't have much to set up.
Those roadies
they're
were
very
running.
and they're very bare bones comparatively
Yes.
speaking with some of the headliners
Right.
I've seen, like Slipknot, Rammstein. These guys
Right.
very bare
small
bones, just flashing
set.
lights. I didn't see any strobes. I'm not sure why they had the strobe.
I saw the strobes. They did have strobes.
I didn't see
They
any.
did. They definitely had them.
They had the little rectangular lights.
They had a lot of lights. A lot of.
The spotlight
crazy.
kept catching me in the eyes, and the spotlight was blinding.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of duck my head down a little bit at points because of the strobe, or not strobe, the spotlight. But yeah, I mean, it was okay. But it wasn't Lizzy. I was still in Lizzy land. I was like,
They were great.
Yeah.
Both bands were really fun. That was very entertaining.
Yeah. And I don't know how
it was a bit loud for me because again I'm old.
I don't know how I forgot that in the band. This is Lizzy's brother. I keep forgetting that her brother's in the band. That he's the drummer. So
we listen to several bands that have siblings in them.
Yes.
I don't know how families do that. Our kids can't stand being near each other. I don't know how you would work with each other.
If kids in this house formed a band, they would hit each other with the instruments during the concerts. Something would happen, somebody would miss a chord, and you'd see a dirty look, and then they'd start...
Are you stupid? Don't call me stupid. I didn't call you stupid. I asked if you were stupid. Oh, kids are awesome.
And then we see siblings. Oh, look at this. He's drumming and she's singing. Everything's fine.
Not our
Billy
house.
and her brother. You know, Billie Eilish and her brother, of course, are basically, they are the music.
Well, 3 Days Grace has siblings as well.
Yep.
Warning is siblings as well.
Oh, well, yeah, all 3 of them are sisters.
Yeah, there's quite a few sibling bands. That's crazy. Anyways.
But we
were able to go to the merch line. We just went after the concert, and it was quite short. It did get longer after we went through the line, which we didn't get out there really quick or anything.
No, but a lot of the people that left before us were just leaving to get out and try to beat the traffic, which they didn't. True. There
were people that left before the encore, and Volbeat had 4 songs for the encore. So that was kind of surprising that so many people left.
Including
if the house lights don't go on, don't leave.
There were guys on the floor that left.
Yeah, don't leave until the house lights go on.
Yeah.
It's a general rule.
You see, I figure that people would know with encores by now.
Yeah, if the house lights don't come up, you don't leave.
The funny part was the ones that left and then ran back.
We did see quite a few people coming back.
Yeah, they came running back. And then you pointed out, too, the number of shirtless guys there were by the end on the floor.
There were more and more guys
I thought it was funny.
Their shirts.
I thought it was funny when they had the circle pit for songs that didn't seem to fit.
No, there was one that they stopped. I think they were just like, I can't.
Where it's sort of like this melodic kind of slow, and they're all slamming each other, punch each other, punch each other, and I'm like, this doesn't seem to quite match up.
We did see a few people get dropped as they were crowd surfing.
Oh, yeah.
Saw a few people pulled out by the security guards upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there was one guy crowd surfing on his stomach. Do not crowd surf on your stomach. It makes it awkward for everybody.
I'd be stepping out of the way. I'd be like, I'm not doing that. Nope.
Not a fan of that. I know there are people that really enjoy that. I don't enjoy people crowd surfing over my head where you get kicked in the head. Not my
and then there
fun.
On some level I'd be concerned because the amount of beer consumption we saw last night was a lot. And I'd be worried that somebody's getting passed over and they get hit in the stomach the right way and then they puke up their beer on me while they're going over the top. That'd be fun. A lot of beer.
Yeah.
A lot of beer. I would say more beer consumption at last night's concert than most of the ones we go to.
I did get a bit sloshed on me.
Yeah, you did.
From some people.
Hey, they were living their best life.
They were enjoying themselves.
They were absolutely enjoying the concert.
Those boys, we were by a group of boys that were very, very excited to see Volbeat, and they knew all of the words to all
every
of the songs,
single song. Yeah.
And they were doing little selfie videos of all of them singing along. So they enjoyed themselves thoroughly.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And then there's me going, I know the song Temple of Ykur. I don't know the words. You knew the words of a few of the songs. I do. Even though the songs, the words don't make a lot of sense at all.
They don't at all. Even if you know the words, the songs still don't make sense. But they're really fun songs, so it doesn't matter. See, a lot of songs are fun, and if you listen to the words, you're like, that doesn't make sense.
Richard Kirsch from Rammstein, he has a side project called Emigrate, and if you look up the lyrics to the songs from Emigrate, they don't make any sense. And I had his first album with Emigrate, and I like the songs, but just the fact that the songs don't make sense, I couldn't listen to it anymore. I was like, these words don't mean anything. I can't do it.
It doesn't bother me at all. A lot of songs are like that. They're for the music. It's not for the words. They don't have to have a deep meaning. They're just fun. Doesn't bother me at all.
I just find it weird. You know, you'll listen to a couple lines, you go, oh, I kind of like this song, but if then you listen to the next lines and they don't match the first two, and then there's other topics, and it's like this is kind of all over the place. Now, I'm not saying that people write music while they're not sober, but that clearly does happen. It
can, but a lot of times it's just they wrote the music first. They wrote all the chords and the beat and everything, and then they take words to fit it in there, and it's not about the words, it's about the music.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that. It doesn't bother me.
See, they're fun. For me,
it does make it more difficult to sing along and remember the words because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That does make it more difficult that way. And if you can't quite hear it, then it's really hard to be able to follow along. And by the end of that concert, I really couldn't hear.
Oh, my ears were ringing so bad by the end of that concert.
I don't have very good ears, though. And I have very sensitive ears to, I don't know, pressure is not quite the right word, but really strong beats and things like that. It actually hurts my ears.
Yeah, you don't do all
really
with
loud sounds, it hurts my ears. And so by the end, I couldn't hear the songs. So that's not as fun.
That's why I had to drop my dream of being a hip-hop star, because every time I tried to play my beats for her, she'd get a headache from the bass. So I had to just stop. So DJ Fresh Shan was going to be born, and then just...
Oh my gosh.
It just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. I used to have a DJ name, but that's a whole other side thing. So, and then it ended up every DJ had that name, so...
That's true.
I had it first, but nobody would know. So, it doesn't matter. Because it's gone now. Because everybody had that DJ name, so... I tried to do something different. And then it turned out everybody had the same idea. So,
all right.
It's so frustrating.
Anyways,
I just want to say that Lzzy Hale's voice, though, that is the best voice I've heard live. And it's funny because I like their music, but live there's just this whole other layer with Hailstorm. And yeah, that's just... I remember the first time we saw them live, and I think it was when she was singing Still of the Night, that I was like, the old Whitesnake song, she did a cover of that, and man, she could hit those notes. And I mean, David Coverdale, who I've had problems with in some ways, but his voice in his prime was absolutely fantastic, and hers put his to shame. Absolutely. So, big fan of Lzzy. I might have mentioned it a couple of times last night.
Yeah, a few times.
It might have come out that I think Lizzy's awesome. So...
Came out as you apologizing.
Yeah.
Sorry, Yvonne. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, if another woman's voice gives me chills, I do feel like I owe her an apology. It's not like that happens in general, like we're out in public and... got chills listening to that person speak. It's just, it's very, very unusual. It's this niche thing, I guess. So, but you're pretty understanding. You're pretty cool about it. So, thanks for being cool.
All right.
It's nice for you to be cool with that. And now, our next concert together will be Tool.
Woo!
But that's in October. So
super excited about that. I haven't seen Tool since the last time I saw Tool, I was pregnant.
You're pregnant?
No. I was pregnant with Gabriel the last time I went to a Tool concert.
Wow. So Adelaide's never heard them live then?
She has
not. But Gabriel has. That's crazy.
Suppose.
Is that why he's like Rain Man and he knows all the words to all their songs?
That was the first time that Malachi ever had a babysitter. Was for me to go to a Tool concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That must have been fun for you.
Going to a Tool concert?
Yeah.
Yes. Always. That's always a great time.
But if Hailstorm tours again, I told her after the concert too that I'm now to the point where if Hailstorm's playing from Seattle to here, I have to go. If it's in Seattle, oh well. And if she says I'm not driving to Seattle, screw that. Then I'll have to figure something out. I guess.
Can hitchhike.
Whatever.
Take the train.
Because yeah, I found myself. One thing with Hailstorm is too, there was no breaks. So you know how they pause between songs? I think they paused just the one time for it to introduce everybody in the band. And that was after the drum solo.
Really didn't. One song
but outside of that,
right
it was
into another. Those
guitar
roadies were there with their guitars, changing them over
The guitar
really
hits
fast.
that final riff, and then they'd pick up the next one right out of the gate, and it was just really, really rapid fire. So if you see Hailstorm and you're thinking, well, we've got time, you don't. Get in, make sure that you're there, because it was still about a 40-minute set, but it's just normally a band will pause between songs, or they'll prolong songs and do like back and forth with the fans. And Hailstorm, not really. And it wasn't in a way either that seems impersonal or like they're trying to rush. No,
because she did but mention that she was in Abbotsford several times.
Yeah, she did hit her mark. And I'm always impressed when artists, first of all, don't say Vancouver. I'm also impressed when they don't say Abbotsford.
Yeah.
Because we have local media that say Abbotsford while they're in the city of Abbotsford.
It's weird.
Abbotsford, it's not Abbotsford. I don't even understand why people refer to it that way. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Agreed. It's weird.
So, but anyways, yeah, it was a fun time. We really enjoyed the concert. And if Volbeat ever comes back, you're gonna want to go again, aren't you?
Of course, they're fun. I like going to bands I enjoy.
All right.
As long as the tickets aren't unreasonably
expensive. I'll try to learn a few words to some songs so I can sing along.
Fun songs.
Just in case there's people next to me.
Their songs are they're fun.
Yeah.
I keep saying fun, but they are.
Absolutely. So, if you haven't had a chance to see them, or if you're going to have a chance to see them, we would absolutely recommend it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.